We have got an awful lot to get into on this one, so you might want to grab a cup of tea or coffee. Hello YouTube, N64 Fortress here. Thank you for tuning in again as always. It is very much appreciated. Hope you all had a great Christmas. Happy New Year to you all. And yeah, there's a lot to get into on this episode. The good, the bad, and I didn't expect that sort of thing. So yeah, we'll get straight into it then. Just to say, gaming exploits, I've had a little less time to game because of baby N64 Fortress's arrival. Less sleep, a lot of hard work, but yeah, we'll try and maintain a good stride with the gaming into 26. I have completed the campaign on Deliver Us the Moon, really fun game, really enjoyable, highly recommended. I felt like I was quite thorough going through it, but I've still missed things, so I'm just going to have to go back and get a few things to get the Platinum Trophy. I'm getting quite close now. There's only a few things left to do really, relatively, so hopefully by next week we'll have that Platinum and we're on to the next game. So yeah, you might be surprised to see this, but I have an Analogue 3D, just a standard black one. I was too slow dithering, so I missed the chance to get one of the Fantastics, but it's all right. I'm happy with a standard colour anyway, and it's ended up being a fair bit cheaper than what a Fantastic would be. But yeah, I'll do a video on this hopefully for Thursday, why I bought the Analogue 3D, sort of overruling the video I did why I didn't buy. But that was never a video slating the Analogue. It was more, there was just so many unknowns, the release time, what the capabilities would actually be, no sort of footage provided to back up what they were saying, so you were well within your right to be skeptical, as I was. But yeah, having seen what they're about, I'm delighted to finally have one and hopefully feed that back on the channel on Thursday. And yeah, they do look like good bits of kit, and I'm sure that I will be able to integrate it into my setup and play it. And yeah, I'll compare it to the Ultra HDMI and give my honest opinions really, and see is it worth the cost involved. And obviously there's a import duty as well to pay. I had that to pay last night before it got delivered today. So yeah, I knew it was coming, but it's just like, oh, I thought I'd paid that off, and all of a sudden you got another 50 quid to pay. It's not ideal. But yeah, I've got a lot of interesting things to show you, pickups wise, and yeah, some, I guess, a fail. But yeah, we'll park you up on the tripod for that then, and we'll get into it. Right then, guys, first off, I do apologise. I was supposed to do a CEX hunt for this video, but I didn't get round to managing to get out. But I do plan to do that for next week. I've got a bit of a list to go after for my friend Hassan in Spain, so I've got some titles that I need to try and grab from CEX for him, because they're easier to find here, and or they're a lot cheaper. But yeah, let's get into the pickups then. So first of all, my brother got me this cool light for Christmas, Nintendo 64, just a USB thing. I think I'll need to get an extension for this. It looks quite cool when it's on. They're not terribly expensive. It's not official or anything. Just something you can get off Etsy, I think. But when it's lit up, it looks quite nice. So I'm going to find a way to maybe have it on the top of the cabinet or something like that. I don't know. But when the lights are off and I get the lighting sorted in this room, I think that'll be a nice, cool addition to, yeah, sort of spruce up the cabinet a bit. So thanks for that, bro. Really appreciate it. Next up, RoboCop Rogue City box set. Look at it. It's got a steelbook in there. It is absolutely awesome. This is the first sort of collector's piece I've got on the PS5. I've never really been one for, you know, collector's editions really, but I love this, and it's kind of a frivolous buy really. I've completed and platinum both games. I'm not going to go back to them anytime soon, but I saw that Virtua Father had picked this up. He pointed out that it was cheap on Amazon. It was about £30, I think, so I sort of jumped at the opportunity. I remember looking at this when it was first announced, and it was like 50 or 60 pounds. I was just like, it's not worth it for me, especially when I'm not going to play them. £30, it became more viable. It's absolutely stunning. I love RoboCop. The games are awesome as well. And I had the 2 copies which I managed to trade in. So Unfinished Business traded in for 13, and just Rogue City, the first one, traded in for 9. So yeah, that's a good proportion of my money back, £22 back. So it actually only cost me £8 to buy this, albeit the £22 a voucher, but I'll end up spending it anyway, hopefully to get Hassan's games for him. But yeah, it's great to have this lovely collector's edition in my collection now, and I'm going to do my best to have that forward facing on my PS5 shelf, because I just love the look of that, and it reminds me of these really great games on the PlayStation 5. We seem in a generation where there's not enough good games coming out on the PS5. For me, this was absolutely brilliant. So yeah, delighted to have that forward facing. I will say I don't have it now. I also bought Terminator 2D Dark Fate on all the hype. I managed to get it for around £48 on eBay, I believe, brand new, the box set version. It arrived in a jiffy envelope, and the whole one side got creased. I'll put a bit of overlay on. I don't have it now, I've returned it. The seller was a power seller on eBay. I'm not going to name and shame, but they should know better. Sending cardboard in a jiffy envelope just is an accident waiting to happen. They did offer a 50% refund, but it's not enough for me. I want the game to keep, and even with a 50% refund, I'd have to sell it for about £30 to get my money back after post. So I don't even think you'd get that in the condition it's in, really. It was all creased down the one side. I don't know. I've sent it back and had a full refund, and then I'll have a think about it and I'll have to try and go again. Let me know your thoughts on Terminator 2D. It looks like a great game, one that I really want to play. And yeah, the weight goes on a little bit for me. So that's just an example of a bit of bad luck I've had recently. But fortunately for me, there has been some good luck as well. So next pickup is Hot Wheels Let's Race Ultimate Speed. My wife got me this for Christmas. I said, yeah, just get me something small like this for Christmas. We're not doing big presents because she's not working at the moment. And yeah, this is just to play with my son. We've completed the first two Hot Wheels games, Unleashed and Unleashed 2 Turbocharged. I've platinumed the first one, not got round to platinum the second yet, but hopefully you can finish that at some point. And we've started playing this. It's fun. It's a little bit more loud, if you like. It's a bit childish, loud, childish voices screaming. It is more aimed and geared towards the kids, whereas the first two, an adult can play it a bit more and not feel a little bit drained so much from the childish voices left, right and centre. But it's fun. It adds diversity to the Hot Wheels games, and yeah, I'm looking forward to playing it through with my son, because that's the whole idea. It's not a game for me as such, although I do enjoy these Hot Wheels games, so maybe it'll warm on me and get better. But so far so good. Haven't played it all that much, just done a few races with my son, but looking forward to getting into that. Next up, we have some PS4 HITS progress. So we're actually only 2 games away from the full PS4 HITS set now. The last 2 aren't that difficult. I can't remember what they are. I think Watch Dogs is one of them. That's probably the harder one, but not terribly difficult. And then there's one other, but all the hard ones are out the way now, thankfully. And you can get both of those sealed at the moment, but I'm just going to try and find open copies for less, because I don't want to pay big money and I'd rather have an open copy anyway. So we'll wait and see how that plays out, see if we can find an open copy. And if we're struggling, we'll just buy a sealed one last resort. The first is Dragonball Xenoverse 15, is it? X5. Quite a difficult one to find, actually. This came up on Vinted. The seller had no feedback, and I said, will you package this, sufficiently? Because I've had a game get smashed recently in a plastic bag, the Driveclub, and I don't know if they're on the wind-up or not. They said, we've only got an envelope, will that do? And I was just like, I better not proceed with this. And then my friend Scott bought it without telling me. He didn't need it, and he just messaged me a few days later saying, I've got it, and it had arrived. And yeah, he said I could have it for free. And I said, look, no, I'm not doing that. So I paid him for the cost of the game, and I think he posted it for free. But I posted some games onto him for free as well, so we're net even. And yeah, really happy to have that in the collection now. And yeah, like I said, we're only 2 away. So thanks, Scott. Really appreciate it, mate. And yeah, getting close to that full PS4 HITS set. While we're on the PS4 HITS, one other came in. The elusive Driveclub. It's finally here. It's English. It's fully complete. So was Xenoverse over there. But yeah, this has been posted to me for free. I haven't paid anything, not even the postage. Massive shout out to Tom. I met him. I think he's a viewer of the channel originally and on the full Essentials set journey. And I think he saw my, I think he saw the episode where I got absolutely wrecked on the Vinted purchase where they posted this in a translucent carrier bag and it got trashed, and he kindly said that he had one spare and yeah, sent this for free, and I really appreciate it, mate. And I always do try and pay my debt, so I asked him what games he still needs, and he's been really busy himself and getting a lot of games in that he needs, and he only needs Remember Me and FIFA 17 to complete his PS3 Essentials library. Now, if I find Remember Me, I'm certainly not going to help you with that because I need it myself. So that leaves FIFA 17, which isn't exactly easy, but I have put the feelers out in South Africa to my contact, Devon, to see if he can find a third copy of it for me. And if successful, I will pass that on to Tom at pretty much cost, less what I owe him for Driveclub to my mind. But yeah, fingers crossed, mate, we can find you one of those. And yeah, another PS4 Hits title ticked off. Tricky one to find, really, so very kind of Tom to do that for me. And yes, that just leaves 2 now, so hopefully in the coming weeks we can get that PS4 Hits set complete, and then we can just focus on really trying to get those last few PS3 Essentials. Talking about PS3 Essentials, last up, Ace Combat Assault Horizon. I already had this, but it was German. This is very English, just how I like my Essentials, where English versions are available. This did sell in the UK, I believe, because there's a couple of us who have managed to find it. People have even found it in CEX for absolute bargain, I believe, but look on eBay, they rarely show up at all, so it's definitely a really uncommon Essential to find, certainly at the moment anyway. And yeah, fully complete with the correct disc. So I've sold my copy, which cost quite a bit more actually, which I bought in the bundle, to a friend who's collecting Essentials as well, Kyle. Shout out to Kyle. So I've got my money back on the one that I bought in the bundle, which cost more, and this cost me a mere £18 on eBay. So delighted to get English, get my purchase cost down on this game as well. So win, win, win. Now, it pays to be eagle-eyed when you're scouring eBays. This was actually in a bundle of games for about 80 quid. I just spotted a red spine in the bundle, obviously zoomed in on the picture, and there it was. So I just asked if it was English, fully expecting that it would be. Like, why wouldn't it be to someone who's just got a stack of games? It's unlikely that someone would have imported a foreign one when you've got a lot of standard games surrounding it. So yeah, lo and behold, it was. I asked them to split. This doesn't always work. 9 times out of 10, you get a seller who's just, oh, it's too much work to take more photos. This person asked how much I was willing to offer. I couldn't be cheeky and offer like 3 quid, because they're not going to take new photos, set up another listing, amend the current listing for the sake of 3 quid. They're just not going to do it. I offered 15. They said yes. Obviously, there's a buyer protection fee on top, and there was postage that he added on. I don't care. £18 is an absolute bargain as far as I'm concerned. So really delighted to tick off another English issue. I have been hard at work addressing other English issues, and there's a lot more to come in the coming weeks in terms of updates on those. I'm in a position now where I've just got 3 PS3 Essentials titles left for the full set, which you already knew about, and then a further 5 I just need to replace with English language. Some of them are quite troublesome, so it will provide more entertainment on the channel, seeing me try and get a game from Estonia. That's going to be really troublesome. I haven't managed to pin one down yet, but yeah, it's going to be interesting and so hopefully insightful for some of you guys collecting. And yeah, nonetheless, whatever way you look at it, 3 games to go and 5 English languages for the full Essential set, English where possible. It doesn't sound all that far away, does it? What I will say is that those 3 games are terribly difficult to find, so we're actually quite further away than we'd like to be. That's all part of the fun, isn't it? The hunt, the chase, trying to uncover these games and not pay silly money for them either, what seems to be happening at the moment if you look at the market. But I won't go into any more detail. You'll know what I'm talking about if you know. So yeah, that's about going to do it for this week. I'm not going to drag this video on. There's not an awful lot else to say. Stay tuned for Thursday. Hopefully I'll do a video on why I've bought the Analogue 3D and show you some footage and all the good stuff. If you've got any comments on any of the games I've bought, drop a comment, even just a silly one either, just to help the algorithm out. Drop a like if you've enjoyed this video, of course. If you're new to the channel or a returning viewer and you're not yet subscribed, what are you doing, man? Please subscribe, it helps me out. Thank you for watching, everyone, and I'll see you on the next one. Oh, we're still rolling.